So the next question is, yes, we know AI is important and is good to have, but really the concern is that what are the top cybersecurity concerns when implementing AI in DevSecOps? How should perhaps maybe standards and regulations address use of AI in DevSecOps? So that's the security of AI is also an important aspect. So with that, next we have NextLabs, Keng Lim. Keng is the founder and CEO of NextLabs. NextLabs is a provider of zero-trust data-centric security software. He founded NextLabs to tackle complex information risk and data protection problems faced by large enterprises. Keng is an entrepreneur who has launched several software companies, including Kiva Software, Netscape, Escalate, and Seagate. Also, Keng is a holder of over 90 patents. Whew! That's impressive, Keng. So that's amazing. Thank you for joining.
So I think in terms of the top 5 cybersecurity concern coming to implementing AI in DevSecOps, I think number 1 is data poisoning and training manipulations, right? It's quite easy for any malicious actor inject poisonous data into the AI training set. So, but there are 4 others that I would add to that would be, I think, the integrity of the model and making sure that, we monitor the supply chain risk. AI model, especially the pre-trained one, can be easily tampered with, right? So that could lead to malicious behavior, for example. The third one would be, model inference attack. So, adversary can reverse engineer or extract sensitive information beside the privacy data, for example, from the AI models. So that could be another way that would bypass some of the intention that you may have. And then I would say that in general, I would say trying to avoid over-relying on AI automations. These are more, probably more insider risk. So make sure the team doesn't blindly trust AI-generated decision or AI-generated code. That means that you want to make sure that there are certain review processes in place and having some kind of human verification. I think some of the other speakers mentioned about this. Those will be important. And then last but not least, I would say that, misconfiguration and misuse. Again, this is also more insider risk. Making sure that, the AI systems or the training data set or the models are not being improperly integrated or misconfigured. For example, that would, because by virtue of the misuse or misconfiguration, you expose your attack surface, without knowing them. So those will be, the 5 top, cybersecurity concerns that come to mind. In terms of standard and regulations, that should be put in place to address AI in DevSecOps, I would say 3 areas come to mind. One will be the first being security and risk management. I think many of you have the speaker have talked about security review, for example. Clearly, the AI generated code, there should be some sort of review process in place. And you want to make sure that the SBOM, again, this is mentioned quite a few times. So I think that there should be standard regulation in place to make sure that if the SBOM include AI and what capacity it is being used, I think those should be important to call out. And of course, I would say that the second one would be making sure that there are standard regulation in place to ensure accountability and traceability. So you want regulation to you want to have regulation in place to ensure developer and organization are accountable, right? So there should be some sort of tagging to make sure that the AI generated codes are being called out or can be easily identifiable. You want to ensure that there will be some sort of version control practice in place to ensure or to be able to distinguish human written code versus AI written code. For example, I would say last will be that the in terms of regulation and standard come to mind will be model governance. You want to make sure there's some sort of a standard in place to govern the model, right? Clearly the model needs to be validated. So any use of code generation, as well as to be able to detect any vulnerabilities, and also require model need to be updated frequently, and you want to make sure the policy in place to be able to govern the update of the model, as well as to make sure that you can monitor any drift, for example. And last but not least, third-party AI tool vetting. So I think you start to see many of that third-party AI tools start to emerge. How do you make sure that you have those AI tools are being properly vetted? So I think those are some of the things that come to mind.